You've reached Lincoln Elementary School. We are temporarily experiencing a high volume of calls at this time. If you are calling with an inquiry about the Facebook post, please know the situation occurred over 3 years ago and was immediately successfully resolved with the family. Unfortunately, the facts of that post were not accurate, and we encourage you not to believe everything that you read on social media. Thank you, and have a nice day. You have reached Monica Merrill, Special Services, Grants Pass District Office 7. Please leave a message and I will return your call.
So the phone number to the superintendent's office isn't the superintendent anymore. They give it to some other folks, some other lady, so that means her mailbox is going to get filled up. And then the other post, this is, okay, it's about 3 years ago, and they said that it's been resolved with the family. No, you need to apologize. You need to apologize. So this is, I saw this meme, and it's talking about this little boy. His name is Hunter. He's a first grader. His mama's car sometimes doesn't like to start right up. He's a couple minutes late to school yesterday. He was 1 minute late, and then this is what his mama discovered that they do to punish him. So he's sitting off to the side in a table with a big cardboard cutout or whatever blocking his view. So they are directly ostracizing him, making him look stupid in front of his peers. I mean, this is hardcore, right? Isn't this what we do to the worst criminals? Put them in the hole, isolate them? So it says mom found him there crying, took him home for the day. So this is bullshit. The fact that, oh, we resolved it with the family. Now, y'all are a bunch of fucking assholes, and you need to apologize because this is the making of the next school shooter. This is what's going on to our boys. Because his mom was late, he gets punished. What the fuck is that? Because his mom was poor? Because his mom doesn't have a good fucking car to be able to drive him to school on time? And then what? When he does something stupid, people are going to be shocked about it, right? They're going to be shocked. You didn't know this kid. You didn't know this kid. We branded him when he was 6 years old because his mom had a shitty car and he couldn't get home on time or get into school on time, and we've been ostracizing him ever since. But you didn't know this kid. You didn't know. I do know this kid. He's a human being, and you didn't treat him like a human being. None of you all did. So the thing was on the message, they said, don't believe everything on Facebook, so they're being snarky about it. They said it would happen 3 years ago. They didn't apologize. They said they resolved it with the family. So that's all that really matters, right? Who cares if they did wrong? No, you need to apologize, and you need to say, you know, we don't do that. That is not a policy we do anymore here.
You've reached Lincoln Elementary School. We are temporarily experiencing a high volume of calls at this time. If you are calling with an inquiry about the Facebook post, please know the situation occurred over 3 years ago and was immediately successfully resolved with the family. Unfortunately, the facts of that post were not accurate, and we encourage you not to believe everything that you read on social media. Thank you, and have a nice day.
So they said it happened 3 years ago. It doesn't fucking matter. It should never have happened to begin with. So this school is some elementary school, Lincoln Elementary School, Oregon District. So this is in Progressive, Oregon. Progressive, Oregon is sitting there. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I do not like this at all. So.
You have reached Parkside School. Our office hours are 7:30 to 3:30, Monday through Friday. During the month of August, it is always wise to call ahead as hours may change at the last minute.
Okay, so I can't get a hold of anybody, but frankly, the Lincoln Elementary School in Oregon, District 7, in District 7, Oregon, Lincoln Elementary School, you need to be held accountable for your behavior, and you treated that boy like shit. So John Higgins, what he needs to do is he needs to apologize, and he needs to say that that policy is no longer in effect.
You've reached Lincoln Elementary School. We are temporarily experiencing a high volume of calls at this time. If you are calling with an inquiry about the Facebook post, please know the situation occurred over 3 years ago and was immediately successfully resolved with the family. Unfortunately, the facts of that post were not accurate, and we encourage you not to believe everything that you read on social media. Thank you, and have a nice day.
To ostracize a kid for something that's beyond his control, and then you're going to be snarky on your answering machine. You're going to sit there and say, don't believe everything you read on Facebook. Really? So what, I'm supposed to believe your fucking lies? I'm not supposed to believe my own eyeballs that you didn't put a kid in elementary school off to the side with a big cardboard around him, so that way all the kids think, look at that dunce, look at that loser, look at that piece of shit. And they'll start bullying him, and they'll mock him, and they'll do this, and they'll do that, and then it'll snowball. And then all of a sudden you got, some crazy shit that happens on your hands, and then you'll wonder why. And then once that, you picked on the kids so much, there's two things that happen when you pick on somebody. You keep poking them, you keep laughing at them, right? Either A, they're going to stand up for themselves, or B, they're going to take it in on themselves. So they should stand up for themselves, and they should do it, with firmness and say, stop doing this to me. That's the first step, and someone needs to show them the way. But if you're not going to show them the way, pick the nicest person in the world. Pick, I want to say Mother Teresa, but that's not really a good, perfect person. Who's a good, perfect person? Well, I don't know. Let's say some, just some sweet, girl. So some sweet little girl. You pick on her, she's going to snap. And actually, I would rather her snap than to internalize that shit as if she did something wrong. And not snap like to do anything, but to, express themselves. This is bullshit. I don't deserve this. Quit treating me like this. And that's exactly what Lincoln Elementary did. John Higgins doesn't believe in personal responsibility. John Higgins won't take responsibility for his own behavior because he's a hypocrite. He doesn't adhere to his own standards. He probably tells all those other kids, well, you gotta be responsible for your behavior. And meanwhile, he's not, because he's the superintendent. He's got money, he's got power. So that's really the lesson of public education, isn't it? The rich and power get to do as the fuck as they want to do. Meanwhile, the regular folks get fucked over for any tiny little infraction. Kiss my ass, John Higgins. They should have fired that motherfucker just for that one picture. Don't believe what you read on Facebook? I saw the picture, you stupid pieces of shit. Why don't you apologize and then tell us you don't do that anymore? It is not the policy of Lincoln Elementary School to, hurt children like that. That's fucking ridiculous. That everybody should pull their kids out of that damn school and bankrupt that school. They make money because your kids are sitting in them seats. Pull your kids out. Homeschool them. Bankrupt them. Fuck that school. Fuck that bullshit. Fuck that snarky-ass message.
You have reached the Montgomery County Commissioner's Office. Please press 1 for Aaron Miller, 2 for Ray Beck, 3 for Don Cook, and 4 for Frank Mo. Thank you for calling.
You are being transferred to Don Cook. This is Don. I'm not available. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you.
Begin speaking after the tone.
Hi, you've reached the Montgomery County Clerk and Recorder. If this is a phone call for the courts, please hang up and dial 824-8254. To reach motor vehicle, press 1. For recording, press 2. For elections, press 3. For the clerk, press 4. Thank you and have a great day.
You are being transferred to
Tori Bingley. You have reached the Elections Office in the desk of Tori Bingley. I'm either on a conference call or with a customer. Please leave your name, number, and a detailed message, and I will return your call. Thanks. Have a nice day. County Clerk's Office, this is Tori. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm interested in becoming the county assessor, and I was wondering what does all that entail?
Let me put you on hold,
Okay.
and I will get you to the right person.
Okay, thank you.
This is Booth. Can I help you?
Yeah, who'd you say this was?
This is Booth, County Clerk.
Oh, okay. I'm interested in running for office, county office, and I reached out to the Secretary of State, and they said that for the specific county offices, I needed to talk to you.
So you're interested in petitioning onto the ballot?
I guess. I mean, to be an assessor or sheriff, like what's the minimum requirements?
Okay, the assessor, you say?
Well, any county positions. I'm just wondering. You said to petition on the ballot, so.
You have to petition on to. Now, for sheriffs, there's a fingerprint requirement. Coroner, there's a fingerprint requirement. Assembly is over, so you cannot be nominated by assembly. Let me ask you, are you Republican, Democrat, unaffiliated? What are you?
Unaffiliated.
Were you an unaffiliated as of January 1st?
Yes.
Okay. You can petition on unaffiliated. You would have to come to my office and get the proper form. And the requirements are simple. You have to be at least 18 years of age. You have to have lived in this county for 1 year. And you had to have been affiliated with whatever you want to petition on with as of January 1st. So it's a real simple qualification. That's not much.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound much. The petitioning process, so how many signatures do I need to get total?
If you're unaffiliated, you would need, like, let's see, I got it because I got another guy to do it at the petition.
Yeah, no, I'm impressed so far.
You would need 106 verified signatures as an unaffiliated. And those signatures have to come from unaffiliated people. You can't get Republicans and Democrats to sign your petition.
106. Was that like 5% of the last vote?
That's 10% of the last time that office was up for election, and there was 1,058 votes. So that would be 10% of the vote for unaffiliated.
What would be if I was a Democrat or Republican, if I was part of the two-party system, would the petitioning requirements, does that change anything?
Well, if you're a Republican,
Yeah.
You have to have 20% of the vote. If you're a Democrat, there was not a Democrat who ran, but they still goes by the 20% to run as a Democrat, if you would have to do that. But their assembly is also over. It would have to be by petition.
Okay, I don't know if I totally get that part. So the 20%, if by assembly, like you have to get 20% of the assembly to get on the ballot, or 20% of all the voters?
No, assembly is over.
Right.
There was 53 delegates, okay?
Yeah.
Now, you had to have 16 of those delegates vote for you in order to make it automatically on the ballot.
Wow, okay.
If you didn't get 16,
yeah,
you could petition unless you got 10% or less. Which is, if you got less or 5 or less, you can't even petition on. You're out.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's the way that works.
But then
you have to be in between.
Yeah.
If you're petitioning on a party.
Between, what, 5 and 20, you said, or just above 5?
Well, it takes 16 with the number of delegates we've got, which is 53.
Yeah, I got you.
It takes 16 votes to get on the ballot.
So I guess my confusion was with the unaffiliated, you only need 10% of the last election, but for the Republican Party, you need 20% of the last election?
Yep.
Huh.
That's true.
Why? That don't sound fair.
Well, you're not going to be in the running for the Republican ballot.
Right.
You're going to be on there as an unaffiliated. And for some reason, the Secretary of State, I guess they think it ought to be easier. I don't know.
You don't write the rules. I got you. I think I've got my fill of information, so I appreciate you helping me out.
Okay.
Have a good day. Bye.
All right, you too. Bye.
You've reached Lincoln Elementary School. We are temporarily experiencing a high volume of calls at this time. If you are calling with an inquiry about the Facebook post, please know the situation occurred over 3 years ago and was immediately successfully resolved with the family. Unfortunately, the facts of that post were not accurate, and we encourage you not to believe everything that you read on social media. Thank you, and have a nice day.